Guys, so this is actually my first video. Today I'm going to be replacing my lower compliance bushings, one on each side. So now to do that, you need to take out the lower control arm, which is this. So you can see the bushings are short, it's torn. This would cause vibrations, it would cause noise, more like clattering when you're going over uneven roads. Now to do this, you would need to put the car up on jack stands. Obviously, never walk under a vehicle supported just by a jack. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to, I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, so this knot. So you're going to take out this is the bolt that attaches the strut to the lower control arm. So you're going to take this out. Once you're done taking this out, next thing you're going to do is that you're going to loosen the stabilizer linkage, the end links from the lower control arm. So, and to do that, you're going to put an Allen key into this hole, and then this is a 40mm bolt. So you loosen this. Once you're done with that, you turn your attention to the knot of the lower ball joint. So you loosen this. You won't let it go all the way. You loosen it. That reminds me, I have to put in a cotter pin here. So you loosen it, shouldn't go all the way. Then this is where I do something that is not recommended by Honda. I'm going to strike this. You're going to practically hit here with a hammer. So that will separate the control arm from the ball joint. You could also gently tap if you have a rubber mallet. Maybe once you've tapped here a couple of times, just tap a little bit underneath here. When you're done with that, you turn your eyes to the pivot bolts. So this one, there are two of them. This, you loosen that, then you loosen this bolt, and once you're done, your compliance bushing should come out. So that's pretty much it. One more thing, I probably didn't tell you of the tools you're going to need. So obviously you're going to need gloves, leather gloves. That would be ideal. You're going to need a breaker bar. So for my breaker bar, you're going to need this for this particular nut, the one that goes into this. In fact, practically this, the one that goes to the lower ball joint, and a couple others. So what I'll usually do is to put this, that's why I have this steel pipe. So I'll just slot this here, slot this into the steel pipe. That way it gives me more leverage, and tada, I have a breaker bar. So that's that. You're going to need a 17 spanner combination type wrench. You're going to need a 14. A 14 is for your end links. 17 is for your ball joint, the castle nut of your ball joint. You're going to need a mallet. That's your regular ratchet, a smaller size ratchet. Then you're going to need sockets. Sockets will be 17 and 19. That should be enough. All right. See you. We're done loosening all the bolts. So it's time to pull out the lower control arm. So you just hold, wiggle, and pull. So that end comes out. The other end left is this. So same goes. You just have to wiggle around and that comes out. Okay. So that's it. That's the bad bushing. You can see this is pretty way gone. Yeah. Back in Schwarzenegger's voice. So I've been able to swap out the old bushing. I had to go to those that had a press. They pressed these out. These are the new bushings. That's new. I also discovered this bushing was short as well, so had that changed. So now it's time to put it back in the vehicle. And I'll start with the driver's side. That goes in. Difficult to do this with one hand while filming. Okay, so I'll have to drop this. I'll come back. I've been able to put the lower control arm in place. Needed a bit of wiggling, and in fact the clincher was that I had to put a jack directly underneath the rotor just to lift it up. So that's essentially enabled me to put the lower control arm in place. And here's a tip: to make sure that the holes line up, you could use a screwdriver, pass it through the holes, make sure that they line up well with the bushing. Same goes for this one. You use a screwdriver. Okay, this is too long, so, or something else, use just to make sure that it lines up. Yeah, so that's another tip. So next thing is to connect all the bolts that I disconnected. The one for this, connect back the what do you call it, the end links, stabilizer end links, connect back the lower ball joint. Okay, and then but the trick is that you don't torque them to their specified ratings. So what you do is you just tighten them lightly, and then after you've tightened lightly, you need to put your jack under your lower control arm, jack it up, so that way the control arm takes the weight of the vehicle, or rather it's like it takes the weight of the vehicle, then you tighten to the specified torque. So I'll just do that now and come back to you. And that's it. So I've jacked up the lower control arm, I've tightened all the knots loosely, and it's now time to torque them to specification. That knot is 64 Newton meters, same as this. The through bolt for the damper fork, the end links, this is 29 Newton meters. The ones for the lower ball joint, that's between 78 and 88. And this one, this bolt, the one that goes through the front compliance bushing, that's 83 Newton meters. So I'll just tighten those and I'm done. And then you go over to the other side and do the same. So thank you very much for watching this.